This felt like one of the oddest games you guys have played all year. What do you kind of take away from what you saw out there? You had a pretty strong offensive game, but one of the worst defensive shows.
Yeah, we didn't kind of execute the game plan from the jump. We talked about it, we reflected already on it, how we could be better, which is nice. Players right away, they take ownership of not the best start defensively, following the game plan, obviously giving a 34 wasn't game plan or jacking 30. So we have to be better, especially a team, and we're not at home. We almost have to be damn near perfect.
Asia had 25 points in the first half, but a lot of those seemed to be really tough follow-away jumpers. Defending her, is it almost just a matter of denying her the ball, denying her catch, or what did you think?
No, we didn't touch her. So that was one thing that wasn't part of the game plan. And a lot of it too is they just push the ball in transition. So it's a little bit of a different way that she's catching it rather than her sets where we kind of knew where she was going to catch it. So again, great adjustment with the aces for pushing it, and now she's playing a little bit more in space. So, but it was just the alertness that we did not have. We weren't alert in transition. We didn't communicate. Fatigue was a factor, but we say no excuses. So we now need to reflect, if we're in a situation like this again, how can we be better? Let's learn from it, let's grow, and then we got to move on to Phoenix.
You guys have been so difficult defensively all year that does it surprise you when you see them come out like this?
No, I guess surprising is a good word. No, this happened before too as well. But it's good that we can able to rotate players and things like that, get fresh bodies in. But no, I mean, again, we're walking into the Las Vegas Aces home. To me, the inconsistency of the calls, I think, really affected us, and I have to be able to maintain that staying stable type mindset. You know what I mean? I think they got a little bit caught into that. But if you've got more free throws, they got 11 more free throws, and then again that play with 5 seconds left and Jaws in her form, and she couldn't even land. So that inconsistency of that call, I think if you kind of look back at it, it could have went our way because she couldn't land. And I thought we talked about that as possibly being a penalty or a foul. Yeah.
What did you like and dislike about this road trip from your team?
I mean, I like the fact that we're all healthy. That's for sure. I like the fact that we got to integrate Chechi and Ja. God, man, credit to Ja for just finding her groove, and then credit to Chechi. I looked at her, I'm like, "You ready for this 3?" And she goes, "Uh-huh." And then, without a doubt, we draw a play up and she knocks it down when she's sitting there cold. So I was never a player like that could do that. So I'm always, amazed by players that are that talented that could just sit there and then get their name called and she's shooting a catch and shoot 3. I mean, that's balls. We don't talk about balls, we talk about another word, but to me that showed a lot of balls, and that's what I like. I think we grew in that aspect.
And what would you have wanted to see? Obviously, you guys went 1-3. What did you dislike about this road trip?
I honestly, as much as like it doesn't sound great coming from a coach, but like it's my job to show up and do my job. I think for the refs too, like I just want there to be consistency. I think the talent in this league is growing, and I just feel like that play where Ja gets a nice 3 and she's getting she can't land. I think that should be called. I mean, you got to give credit to her for letting it go. Some players won't even let that shot go, but she knows how to elevate, and get above defenders. So, yeah, I just wish there was a little bit more consistency.
How tough is it to defend Asia without fouling?
We didn't do the little things, to be honest. We kind of, like I said, she's getting her shots in different ways that we didn't prepare for. So we just have to kind of be a little bit more mindful, catch it earlier. But I mean, she's MVP of the league for a reason. So, but again, we did too much individual defense and we didn't do enough team defense.
How do you build on the shooting in this game? The shooting's kind of been coming around lately generally, but this game, obviously, best shooting game you guys have had all year. How do you just advance that from here?
Yeah, like I said, like we never know what our shooting percentage is going to be, right? It's something that we can't control. So it's like really nothing other than I thought we did a great job of staying in space and finding each other. I think taking quality shots. This game was at a high volume, which is nice. But more importantly, though, we are going to stand and win based of our defense.
Yeah.
That is our standard. And so we have to make sure we show up every night to do that.
What was the moment like with Becky and some of your former coworkers after the game?
I mean, I was mad, so didn't really have that much. And she could tell, like she knew, so it was a real quick respect, like, you know, quick great game. And she knew I was mad. So there'll be conversations after, obviously, but of course, I love them. I miss them all. You know, like I said, you win 2 championships with amazing people. I'm super grateful for them and their family for life, regardless, you know, how this basketball world and records end up. You know, they're my family forever.
Thank you.
No more.